guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to show you guys how to create one of these Grinch Dollar Tree plates for the holidays. So let's get started. You're going to need Mod Podge, scissors, alcohol so you can clean your plate, material of your choice. We're doing Grinch, clear plates from Dollar Tree, glue gun, and some kind of embellishments. We're going to use ribbon from Hobby Lobby, some more wired ribbon. This is from Joann's. You're going to need some kind of sponge brushes. I got mine at Michael's. You can buy them in a pack like this. I got this for about $2. And you can also pick up any kind of picks that you want to add to your plate. Alright, well let's get started. So you're going to need to get your clear plate out. And you're going to use some kind of cotton ball, a napkin, paper towel of some sort. And we're going to go ahead and clean that plate so there's no residue on the plate at all. Just going to clean the back and the front. This will help your material stick and your Mod Podge stick as well. And then just go ahead and take another cotton ball and then just dry it off really well. You want to do front and back. Alright, now you're going to go ahead and get your material. This material I got at Joann's. This was new this year. It's kind of a storybook. It has 6 panels. You can go ahead and cut out each panel and use it as a plate. This one says, "Be wary, Grinch lives here." On the other side it says, "You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch." It's kind of like a little storybook. And you can just get whatever material that you can find. So we're going to use this red Grinch one as well today. And you're going to go ahead and measure out your plate. Cut out your material. And then we're going to go ahead and start Mod Podging. So you're going to turn your plate over. And then if you have material that has a print on it that you want to have in the center of the plate, you're going to want to go ahead and center that in the middle of the plate first. This one just has Grinch heads. It says "Merry Grinchmas." So we're just going to go ahead and lay it down. Alright, so now this is about the size of the plate that you're going to want to cut it out to. Now we're going to go ahead and put the Mod Podge on. You can pick up Mod Podge anywhere really. You can pick it up at any craft store, Michael's, Walmart, Target. Dollar Tree has small ones. So you're going to go ahead and start spreading out your Mod Podge all over the plate. This is a pretty easy craft to do. It's quick. It does take a while to dry. So you'll want to leave it out probably a couple hours before you start adding your embellishments to the front. I know a lot of people questioned when I had posted some of the ones I made before, saying they couldn't get the material to stick. Just make sure you clean your plate really well with alcohol first. I noticed that is a big problem. If you don't put the alcohol on and clean the plate, it doesn't seem to stick as well. looks good. Make sure you get the edges really well. So when you pick up the plate, I'll show you how to get the corners really good on it. A lot of people said that they could see the lines through the material. I have not had that problem. So, alright, now we're going to go ahead and put our material on. And like I said, you just go ahead and make sure your Mod Podge is on there. You don't have to do a lot of the Mod Podge because you are going to put a second coat on top. So you'll want to rub this on really good with your fingers. Just go around the whole plate and make sure you get it nice and smooth and nice and tight before you put your coat on top of the material again. Make sure there's no bubbles, no creases. And you'll just rub it on there really good. Make sure that Mod Podge gets in there and your material sticks to the plate really good. And then we'll go ahead and flip it over. And this is how I get my material to get on here really smooth. I know that people were asking me how to get it on there smooth, that theirs wasn't coming out smooth, but I use my fingers a lot for making this project. Just so you can feel if there's any bumps. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and flip it over so you can see what it looks like from the front. So this is what it looks like from the front. You can see that the glue is on there, but the glue will dry clear once the plate is completely dry. So now we're going to go ahead and cut this extra material, and then we're going to Mod Podge the front again. We're going to go ahead and cut this. Sorry about the plate noise, guys. Okay. And like I said, this will all dry clear on the front of the plate. So now we have our front. And now we're going to go ahead and flip it back over and Mod Podge again. And we're going to do the same procedure as we did on the front of the plate. Like I said, you do not need to drown this, just enough to coat it. So now we're going to do the edges, and make sure you guys get the edges really good, because otherwise it's not going to seal and your material is going to lift. Remember, Mod Podge does dry clear. And this will be hard once it's dry. And I'll show you in 1 second how you'll be able to tell if it's dry or not. First of all, it'll dry clear, so you'll know you're ready to take it and put your embellishments on the plate. Make sure you get those edges really good. And there's no rhyme or reason on which way to put this as long as you get a nice coat of your Mod Podge on there. And that's it. Just make sure it's around the edges where it's not going to peel apart. Okay. And there you go. So now you're going to set this aside and let it dry for a couple hours. And then once your plate is done, it's gonna look like, this is a different print from that same material. And it's gonna sound, it's very hard like candy. It's nice and hard. You can't move it, it's not gonna come off. And this is what it should look like once it's completely dry. And then this is the one we're gonna work with since the other one is wet. And we're gonna start working on this one. So we're gonna go ahead and clean the front of this one more time. So we make sure everything sticks good with the glue. Dry it off really well. And I like this one. This one says naughty and nice. This material I actually got at Joann's, and this was a new print that they had this year. And it was really hard to find this print this year for this particular one. So we're gonna go ahead and start with this wired ribbon. And you can pick this up at, like I said, Joann's. It's $3.99. It was like 60% off. This one's red and white. So you're gonna go ahead and get your glue gun. And we're gonna start hot gluing this to the side of the plate. So just do a little tiny bit at a time. And like I said, I use the smaller hot glue gun for this just because it gives a little bit less of the hot glue coming out of the gun. I do have the bigger one I use for bigger projects, but this one works perfect for the smaller plates. And then you'll just go right around the corner of the plate. You do not need to put a lot of the hot glue on the plate. Just be patient with this. It does take a few minutes to get around that plate, guys. I know some people were asking me as well how to get the hot glue to stick. Like I said, the alcohol, make sure your plate is clean first to get that glue to stick. And if you don't have hot glue on hand, you can always use that E6000. The E6000 does smell really bad, so make sure it's ventilated wherever you're at because it does smell really bad. But it does take a little bit longer to dry if you don't have the hot glue. So if you're using that E6000 and have never used it before, it smells very, very bad. This is just quicker. I haven't had any issues with it not sticking to the plate. And it's just for decoration. I have a little stand I put them on. Got those at Dollar Tree. In the framing section. You can use whatever color you want, whatever matches your material. They do have this rope in several different colors. I have it in white, green and red, all different colors for the holiday. I just picked this one just because I thought it would match the outside of it. And we're almost done with this one. also pick up this ribbon pretty much anywhere that carries that ribbon, like Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart. And if they don't have this like in the Christmas section, you can always get it in the regular ribbon section. Okay, now we're back to the end. So you're going to want to get your scissors, and you'll just go ahead and cut the end of that and just glue it down. Okay, and this is what this one looks like once the ribbon is all on the plate. Okay, and now we're just going to go ahead and add some of the embellishments. I got these little stick picks at Michael's. They were $1 a piece. And then I got these little pieces of the ribbon. These I got at Hobby Lobby. And they were about 50 cents. They came on a plate, like on a flat package. So we're going to go ahead and peel this apart. Maybe we'll peel it apart. Sometimes these things are a little hard to peel apart. Here, so you can peel that apart for me, please. See if we can get my son to peel it apart here for me. It's not coming off either. It has this really tiny backing on it, and they're hard to peel apart. Alrighty. And we'll go ahead and we're just going to put a little bit of hot glue on this. It's clear on the back, so we're just going to stick a little bit of hot glue right here where I'm going to stick it right at the seam where I put the end of the ribbon together. There you go. Just going to hold it on there for a second. And then we're going to peel the ribbon apart. It did come already curled like this. There's 4 on a sheet for $1. And there's how that looks. Okay, now you can go ahead and add any kind of embellishments that you like. I have these two. Also have a little Grinch head that we can put on there. This came from a little Pez dispenser, and I just cut the head off. Just chopped it off the end of the thing. So we're going to go ahead and hot glue some of these on there. And then we'll put the Grinch in the middle here in 1 second. You can add any kind of embellishments that you like. Whatever you have on hand. And anyone has picks. Joann's, Michael's. And there we have that. And now we're just going to go ahead and hot glue the little Grinch head right to the center. He's so cute. You can just use scissors or wire cutters to cut the heads off the Grinch. And then we're just going to put them right here in the middle. The Pez guys are not that hard to clip off though, guys. Like I said, you're just going to go ahead, put some hot glue on them, and then stick them down. And there we have it. You could put his dog on here. There's also Cindy Lou who comes in one of them. You could do any kind of Pez person that you like if you don't like the Grinch one. It's up to you. Sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want. Sometimes you just gotta think outside the box if you're trying to find stuff to put on your plate. Alright guys. And there you have it. All good. And this is the back. And then, like I said, I can show you the little, I have that plate, a handle right there, that silver thing. And then, like I said, this is what I've been displaying them on. Just like that. And you can put it on your mantle, your fireplace, your entryway, wherever you want. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you like it, give it a thumbs up. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great holiday.